Okay guys, so here we are with our tier list video for the month. I did record a different one. I'll get into that on the update video, probably, maybe, who knows. But as we can see here, Akira had asked me to do something Spider-Man. She knows like everything Spider-Man. I don't know everything Spider-Man, believe it or not, despite having this Spider-Man shirt and this nice little Spider-Man hoodie chocolate thing based on my boy, the Scarlet Spider, Ben O'Reilly. But anyway, I figured I can at least do the movie, especially since I finally finished Cross the Spider-Verse today. I watched the first half and then had to head out. Plus, my wife has epilepsy, and for those who know, those movies are very photosensitive, if you will. So I finally watched the other half today, which I was like, dang, I kind of wish I had already watched it, but at the same time, I was kind of like let down by the ending a little bit. Like, dang, like no big bad was defeated, and I just feel kind of what about it. But anyway. So we have the tier list video that we're doing for the movies. I figured that's the easiest thing to do. Plus, it's the only thing I can probably do a tier list video without having to do further research. Because I think with the movies, I have a pretty decent memory with, versus the shows, video games, and I haven't read any of the comics. But with the few information I know about some of the comics, so I was like, I'll do what I do know best that I can probably make the best tier list for it. And that'll be Spider-Man movies. Now, am I saying that I'm the best creator of a tier list for Spidey? Heck no, of course not. My opinions mean nothing to anyone, but that is neither here nor there. So we have our rankings. We have spectacular, amazing, better, and cool. I cannot put anything lower than cool for Spider-Man. I mean, there is a show that I never watched that I was like, oh my gosh, no. And then there's a Spider-Man moment that I'm just like, oh my gosh. But we're not going to talk about those two because none of those two things happen in these movies. So here we are. Obviously, spectacular is the best, cool is the least. So here we go. So with the first one we're going to look at is Into the Spidey-verse. With Into the Spidey-verse, honestly, other than the fact that I just like the concept of having all these other Spider-Men, I don't have many like feelings towards this movie, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I'll put that in the better category. Like, it's okay, it's good, it's not bad, but also I'm not the biggest fan of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Not that I have anything against Miles Morales, but it's just, for some reason, I just never really connected with him. I don't know, I can't really explain it. Then Across the Spider-Verse, the one I just watched. Now, that one, I want to put in amazing so badly because I love seeing all the different Spider-Man and seeing all the care they did to like make it so personalized for every Spider-Man. So because of that, I will still put it in amazing. But that ending though, I despise it because I feel like it was not concluded. Like, at least with Infinity War, which I'll get into later a little more, but I felt a conclusion for Infinity War. This I did not feel a conclusion for because there was no big, like, you saw the spot, you have Miguel. Also, I guess I'm going to have to put text in the beginning, spoiler warning if you haven't seen any of these movies, but you see the spot, doesn't get defeated. Miguel, who questionably good, evil, whatever, didn't get defeated. Like, there's no bad guy that's defeated in this whole movie. There's no like nothing, like, I feel like nothing was overcome per se. Like the closest conflict we had was just Miles wanted to spend time with his family, and then he found out, well, his little Spidey family, and then found out what was going on, and then he left. Like, there was no, I felt like there was no conclusion given to any problem that was set up. And it was just like a movie. Here's a problem, 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 here's a problem. So that's why I don't like the movie, because there was no concluded solution. I guess you can say Gwen choosing and obviously her recruiting people to actually help Miles at the end is somewhat of a change, but I just feel like there was no conclusion to any problem that was set up, and that's what I don't like about it. But it was too much love for showing so many different Spider-Man that I'm still gonna put in amazing. I don't care. I don't care. Speaking of amazing, Amazing Spider-Man 1. Honestly, I really enjoyed this movie. I love the mystery behind his parents. I love the whole lizard situation with his connection to Connors. I love like the banter that he has. Like, it's pretty, like that freaking knife scene, spectacular, if you will. And there's like, the only thing I don't like about Amazing Spider-Man is the fact that he's not really a Peter Parker. Like, he's not nerdy, I guess, because he comes off as this more like kind of, because if I'm not saying he skateboards in it, and he's like this kind of scare punk guy who likes photography and who does know some science stuff. So it's not like he's dumb, but they don't lean into the nerdy factor for him, and that's the only thing I don't like about it. Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, honestly, that one kind of dropped the ball for me on a lot of ways. I'm gonna put that under cool. Main reason, honestly, I mean, I feel like a lot of people feel a little bit about this was because one, I don't remember them really exploring the setup for his parents that much in the second one. I mean, I think they probably did go into more of him investigating that, but I feel like it wasn't investigated enough. And plus, in the second one, there was so much time with him, like, oh, I gotta honor Gwen's daddy's thing. Oh, but I want Gwen. It spent so much time on that it not enough time on him like looking into his parents' disappearance, and that's what dropped the ball. It's not about the electro stuff. It's not about having Harry be Goblin or any of that stuff. It's really just the fact that I was really intrigued by the whole him investigating his parents thing, and I feel like that was not spent any time. Like, you set so much up with him looking that up in the first movie, and then the second one, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on investing in that anymore. I'm like, no, I want more of that. Why? So that's the reason I don't like that movie. But overall, I mean, it's fine. I can't remember any real jokes in that one that much in comparison to the first one. Now, these next three are going to be just where Spider-Man is featured in, because obviously they're not actually Spidey movies. Civil War, Captain America Civil War. Honestly, everything he was in for this, because again, I'm rating more of the Spider-Man experience in these movies, not the movies themselves. Civil War, everything he did and says and does is 100% Spidey. Like, he's amazed by everything. He's like, yo, this is cool. Like, he's innocent. He's talking a lot. Even a joke made about the fact that he talks a lot. So it's, yes, I love that. Infinity War, I feel like similar to Spectacular, but at the same time, I don't know. It's something about Infinity War that I don't feel like I had enough time with him. Like, he was always being told to pretty much shut up, but at the same time, he was making pop culture references. I liked his little dynamic with Peter Quill. I want to say amazing, probably, but I'm gonna go with better. And then Endgame 100% just better, because we didn't. Actually, I'm gonna say cool, because we just didn't get enough time with him to really get anything out of him, honestly, other than like, yo, I'm Peter Parker, that little cute scene with him and Captain Marvel. But outside of that, you don't really get much to really rate with, so that's not much to go off of. Now, Homecoming, honestly, I liked it. I honestly like the idea of him really trying to step his own, trying to do his thing, trying to help. Honestly, it was great. I no notes. It was spectacular, if you will. Far From Home, I don't know. I don't really like it. The only thing I didn't like about it was because it seemed like he wanted to escape responsibility. And that's like his whole thing. Like, I know it's like an internal struggle for him at times, but I didn't like the fact that it seemed like he wanted to escape responsibility. Like, he didn't want to keep the glasses. He didn't want to fill in Star Trek. Like, I understand he's 17, 18 in that movie, the character is supposed to be, graduating soon or whatever. I understand he doesn't want that level of responsibility. I get that, so I'm not upset by that. It just seems so weird that, to me at least, that he just is trying to escape responsibility. But at the same time, I will give it this, which I didn't think about, was he didn't get the whole responsibility speech from his Uncle Ben in this version. He doesn't even have an Uncle Ben. We don't know when or how he died, probably before he became Spider-Man, for all we know. He gets that experience with Aunt May later on. So I'll give them that. So that's the only reason I'm not going to put it under cool, but I will put it under better, because it is what it is. I mean, he's not even cracking a lot of jokes as Spidey even in this one. So it's like, is he Spider-Man really? Now, No Way Home, I want to put that under spectacular. I really do. I just can't remember any jokes in that movie. When I say that, I mean, I don't remember any Spidey quips in this movie. That's the real issue. I have to rewatch it and probably will put it back in spectacular. I'm going to put it in amazing for now. It probably deserves spectacular, but I'm not going to do the whole bias, oh, Toby's in it, is spectacular. As much as I want to do that, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I know probably some people are like, you're not going to put that as like S tier, top tier. What are you doing? It's just because I just don't remember the quips. Okay? I need Spidey's cracking quips. Honestly, that's one of the main reasons why Amazing is even freaking Into the Spider-Verse series, because Miles is cracking quips quite a bit in that. And then even in the second one, because he's joking at the spot the entire time. Like, there's so much fun in that. there wasn't that much quip cracking as I can remember. I know Peter, I believe, was quip cracking, but it was just more like a fun experience. And like I said, these are not based on the movie. This is just my experience with the Spider-Man and how much I feel like they really utilized making Spider-Man Spider-Man. But at the same time, I'm terrible at rating anything, so remember that. All right, and now for my boy Toby. The first one, S tier. Second one, amazing. Third one, I don't give a darn what anyone says. I loved it. I love edgy Peter. What you mean? That's just the easiest one for me to do. But I'll explain a little bit. Obviously, the first one, you get a lot of quips with him. He's coming to his own. It's a fun experience begins. And second one, the main thing, I just didn't like how dramatic it was at times with him losing his power because of his whole I didn't understand why he lost his powers, but later on, I'm assuming this is correct, it had something to do with like his emotional state is connected to his powers because he doesn't have web shooters and stuff, so his powers are really connected to his like his emotional state or something. I mean, because his emotional state was like gone, it was, or messed up or whatever, that's why it turned out like that. And like, okay, I didn't really care for that plot thing, but it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, it's just I didn't care for it. But overall though, it's a pretty good movie. And Spider-Man 3, I mean, I love the suit. I love everything that suit made him. I don't love that he smacked MJ, let me rephrase that, but I really did enjoy it. And then the funny thing is, what makes me enjoy that movie even more, and knowing him acting like he was, is just seeing my boy coming to his own, seeing with confidence because of the suit. It was just amazing. I loved it. I love the complications. I loved every moment Parker had and had to go through and learn from. Like, the only thing I kind of almost wish he didn't do now, because of a lot of people's exposés on MJ, is maybe not choose MJ. It actually chose the girl from across the street. Chose the landlord's daughter. Assuming she's 18. At least 18. Like, I kind of wish he really chose her instead. Had her literally baking cookies when he was being a bit of a jerk. Come on. If she can accept you at your worst, she deserves you at your best. MJ did not. But yeah, this is the list, guys. This is it. Let me click download image, and we can do a little, I guess, better look at this over here. Zoom in. But yep, this is it. So Cool has Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Endgame. Better has Into what is this? The Infinity War and No Way Home. Amazing has Across the Spider-Verse. No Way Home. Yeah, because that's Far From Home. Sorry. And Spider-Man 2, and then Spectacular has Amazing Spider-Man, Civil War, Homecoming, Spider-Man 1, and Spider-Man 2. So this is my tier list. Fight me in the comments if you want. I'm not really gonna fight anyone, but this is my tier list. If you agree, thank you. If you don't, well, everyone is to their own opinion. Obviously, I'm not gonna fight you on this. Not a hill I'm willing to die on, but this is my viewpoint of the Spider-Man movies. Now, again, these are not based on the movies entirely on their own. They're more my experience with watching Spider-Man. Like, how did I feel? Like, was I like, yes, Spidey the entire movie? Spectacular. If it was like, yo, Spidey, yes, Spidey, that's amazing. If better is like, okay, yeah, there we go, my boy, Spidey. And then Cool's like, okay, Spidey, yeah, I could have, I wished it was a little different or had more time with you, but whatever. Because like I said, Endgame is more based on the fact that I just didn't have enough time with him to experience my Spidey, to make quack quips and stuff. Literally, he shows up and then said, he's like, yo, Mr. Stark, and then freaking activates like kill mode and then grabs the hand. And the only real Spidey moment we get really is the quick second with Mr. Stark, and then also I'm like, hi, I'm Peter. That's it. You don't get much. So that's, like I said, this is rating my experience with Spidey, not the movies. Okay, this would be a completely different thing if this was the movies. Okay, if that makes anyone feel any better about me putting Endgame at the bottom of the barrel. Because I feel like so, how dare you put Endgame at the bottom? It's like, this is my experience with Spidey, okay? This ain't about the movie itself for all you people that love Endgame, okay? We're not getting into that. Anyway, or No Way Home, the fact, I mean, not No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home, the fact that I put No Way Home in not top tier too. So I feel like there's some people that could be just pissed off because I know that was like a big deal for a lot of people. So It's not on the movie itself, it's my experience with the Spidey. But like I said, No Way Home, it can get an honorary spectacular. It's just at the end, like bottom of the spectacular top. Like, you know how you got A+ or A- kind of thing? Like it would be an A-, you know, if it was at the spectacular, or S-, I guess, if you do S rank, S- kind of. But anyway, I look forward to posting this. Obviously, if this is already up, then it's been posted. But I look if it, yeah. Anyway, this is your boy BlazeNpi. Oh, you can see out of here.